I mean, this is one of the main things I love about Call the Midwife is the amount of tea and cakes that is consumed.
Oh my God.
Scones. And I also love a cold spread.
By the way, Becky's time travelled from 1957 to come to this podcast today.
That's actually very accurate. Call of the Midwife continues a long tradition of like shows about women where a big feature of their time that the women spend together is just like eating and drinking. And I think I love that because
that is actually true depiction though. That's what we do.
It is so true. I mean, if you are a woman in this world, the best thing you can do is get together with a group of your girlfriends and eat like a big, huge cake, a big, huge meal, a big, like 10 bottles of wine, whatever it is. I mean, just like let your hair down, let loose, gals. Like, yes. And I'm glad to see that they were doing it back then too. I mean, I think it's a time-honored tradition.
The other thing that happened when Conchita gave birth to her 25th child, her son, by the way, we'll talk about what happened with the son in a minute, but we got introduced for the first time to Dr. Turner.
Dr. Turner.
Oh, I love Dr. Turner.
I mean, yeah, don't we all love Dr. Turner?
I mean, he's single-handedly the only doctor in Poplar, apparently.
Yeah, definitely the only doctor.
He stopped pandemic. If only he was around while coronavirus came out. He's retired.
Well, he would have prevented it.
Well, of course.
Yeah. I mean, Dr. Fauci has nothing on Dr. Turner. Like, forget it. He would have been able to handle the whole thing.
To be fair as well, in 1957, like, child neglect was just the norm. Like, Timothy's there just, like, hanging around,
He does seem
quiet.
He does seem always to be on call. There's never another doctor that steps in because it's Dr. Turner's day off.
No. I will say, during Conchita's birth, they do have... I think is it EMTs or paramedics come?
Oh no, isn't it the flying squad?
Yeah. Okay, what are the flying squad? I just thought they were like paramedics, but
it's the flying squad they are. I guess it's like a mobile unit specifically for childbirth, but the flying squad, isn't that like a reference back to the war?
Oh, I thought, do you know what? I'm really thick. I thought it just meant they were in a helicopter.
Wait, a helicopter? No, they didn't. You didn't just realize a helicopter.
57.
Fly 4 miles across London to like go into
and then put down the helicopter in the middle of like heavily populated Poplar.
Oh,
hang on, I'm googling this.
The helicopter would have landed on the roof and then crushed the whole building. Like Poplar was basically built like on like matchsticks.
I'll just do bad accents.
Oh, if you guys want,
will I ever forget it? There was treacle running down the drains.
Treacle running down the drains.
About how her husband died, and it's like, oh yeah, that's awful. She was like, will I ever forget it? There was fudge running down the drains. And the sugar works was exploded or something. And it's like you're talking about sugar, like fudge down the drains, but actually her husband died.
Well, if you guys want bad accents, then you're in the right place because I've got them coming for sure. I have a bit of a soft spot for Jimmy, so we'll talk about that next week.
I have a very hard spot. That sounded bad. I don't like him.
But the Boer War is the worst named war. So that is truly a terrible. You just sat like you're. I just can't imagine the people who weren't in the Boer War had to say Boer War. Wait, pardon. What was that? And then like spelling it out the whole time. Boer War is a terrible name for a war.
See, I say it like Boer, but I think I'm wrong. Again, like the flying squad. I think I'm wrong.
Now, I think BOAR, boar, like as in the animal, right? What actually? I mean,
I think it's BOER.
I thought it was BOER.
Like boring, like.
No, that's BORE, Jen. I know you're American, but come on.
Oh, BOER. So is BOER a place? Is it Boer War like you say like a place?
I don't think we need this in the podcast, but I feel like it makes us look really thick.
Then when the baby is born and when Ted sees the baby for the first time,
everyone's like,
yeah.
I honestly expected him to throw the baby across the room. I was like, oh, like I was
he was just going to storm out. I thought he was just going to storm out.
No, I knew he would just totally love the baby, which is what he did. He just
Yeah, the baby was so cute.
Yeah, and he just picked it up and he was like, "Oh, what should we name it?" Isn't that what he said? Something like that.
You decide, Ted, love.
He'd checked the rotor and then just been hanging around outside a block of flats for half an hour.
Yeah. And it was so cute because it's like something you really only do like when you have such a crush on somebody, you know, like it almost reminded me of like when you're in school and you have a crush on a boy and you're like, well, I know he has like this class right now, so I'm just gonna like wait in the hallway and like pretend to be like here for a reason, just in the hopes that like when he comes out, like I'll get to see him even for like 1 second.
I'm not gonna lie, Jen, I've never done that.
Well, sadly, I have done that. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. Okay. And when I say school, I mean, this was like now, you know, a really long time ago. I didn't do it like last week or anything. It was just like in my
whatever. That's where you've just come from, innit? Hanging around.
Yeah, I still just go around high schools like waiting for cute boys to pop out of math class.
Like Margaret Jones's husband, just there waiting for young girls, young violinists.
I'm not going to be the champion of incest here, but I will say this.
Too late.
Who are they hurting, honestly?
I don't even think it's that. Fred being accepted of it, fine, you know, but the nuns, 2 nuns being like, yeah, go for it, Frank. Like, it's just weird. Whoa, go on, Peggy.
Encouraging it. I don't think they were encouraging it.
What's that stuff called that is on the outside of the baby?
Oh, the kid.
Verdicts, is it?
Wait, what's on south side of the baby or what's outside of candy apples?
Outside the baby, not candy.
I thought you were talking about toffee apples. I was like, it's toffee, Alex.
This isn't even slightly on topic. Well, it is on topic. It's about Recall the Midwife. But this isn't about each of the storylines. But there was one bit that I just thought straight away, should they be encouraging that? At the very start, because obviously it's a Christmas special and there's like nativities going on and all this. Sister Monica Joan gets straw and she's like, oh, a vendor at the market very kindly gifted this to me. Like, she's literally just been up for trial for stealing. And they're like, oh, well done, Monica Joan. Like, surely you'd be like, did you steal that? Did you get that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, surely she's not got a lot of goodwill with the market vendors.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is this market vendor new? Like,
I immediately wondered if she had stolen that.
Yeah.
Immediately wondered that. I was like, did you pay for that?
Yeah, but the rest of them are like, oh, yay. Not like, should we check?
Yeah, they clearly haven't set up a chaperone program to go with her when she's quote shopping.
They need to.
I got confused with the workhouse howl because when the first time I watched this episode, I thought that was Lynette giving birth.
Oh, okay. Could have been.
And then I realised it was I was like, no, it's not the workhouse howl. That's Lynette. If you go and investigate, you'll find a child giving birth to a child. But it wasn't. I would love to discover an abandoned baby.
Would you give it in? Would you hand it in?
No, that's Bex's baby now. She'd be like, no, finders keepers. I'm having this baby. Before we go, one last thing. Can I tell? So our episodes have been getting published and listened to, and I finally got to let my mom listen to some of the episodes. And I literally said to her, I'm like, oh, Mom, you listened to an episode. What did you think? And she goes, well, I just really think you say like a little bit too much, and you really need to work on that. That's the first thing you're going to say to me about this podcast. You're going to just drag me to filth, like on this, effort that I.
Was it just to you or all of us?
No, I think it was just specifically directed to me. By the way, Megan. The daughter that loves her, cares for her, all this kind of stuff. She's going to read me that way.
We're absolutely.
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh yeah, you guys could say like every other word and it wouldn't matter at all. But to me, she's going to, tell me that.
Though, Jen, we don't. Can I just say as well for listeners, Becky, how long have we known each other now?
Over 20 years.
Plus years, yeah.
She won't mind me saying this. She knows I love her dearly. She has the memory of a goldfish who has a bad memory. She literally cannot remember. I remember she told me she'd never had an ice cream cone because she can't remember it from her childhood. Her mum was like, are you crazy? She had loads. Like, she just can't remember stuff. So I was impressed that you actually got farther there, Bex. Big role.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, my memory's dreadful. When we were talking about this series recap, I was like, I'm not prepared. And Jen was like, but we've watched the series together. I was like, yeah, that's not going to cut it with me. It's really not.